Hey guys, I'm Nodachi Master 959, and this is my tutorial on my new LEGO Link. Here is Link. How I made Link is I just took a pair of white pants, you can get green of any sort, and I painted them green for the tunic and brown for his boots. And then what I also did was I took a little green bit that connects the pants to the torso and I painted it brown to make it look like his belt. So we have his legs. Now the torso is a little bit trickier. I took a normal green torso and then I covered it with all-purpose label paper, and then I painted a brown belt on it. It looks like it's black in the video, but it's actually brown. And then I left a little white for his undershirt. Then what I did is I took the white sleeves he has and painted them green about halfway there for the rest of his tunic, and then it's barely there, but there's brown for his bracers on either side. And then something else I did was I made a little scabbard for his sword. Now this was a little hard to do because if you want to do this, you're going to have to make sure you're able to part with a good Lego piece, because I actually super glued it to the torso. Now in order to make the scabbard, you fold a piece of paper in half and then you cut it out in the shape of a scabbard, but you have to make sure that the two pieces of paper fold over to make it so that it holds the sword. And then before you tape it, you want to color it in the color of whichever sword you want to be in there. I just happen to do the Master Sword, and then you should be able to glue it to the back and then put the sword in there. You'll get something like this. Now for the hat. The hat is something I've seen commonly in some other YouTube videos, but what I did was I just took some normal hair, this orange hair. I just happened to use the hair of Ron Weasley from Harry Potter, and then I just added a little bit of green clay to the hat, to the hair, and then I made the hat, and now it fits on the Link. The face for Link is just a normal smiley face. I just found this one pretty good for Link. So there is Link. Now on to his items. First off, we will get the swords. There is the basic sword, which you can find in almost any new knight set for Lego. You can modify this one a bit. I had a one where I painted the handle brown, but this is just your basic one. The Master Sword, to make that one, I'll use this one for example. What I did for this one is I actually took a sword, a silver one, like this sword here, and then I don't know if you can see it very good, but I actually notched out, I cut the tip off so that it's pointed, and then I cut off a small bit right by the handle so that it looks like the Master Sword we're commonly used to seeing, and then I painted it blue and silver with Sharpie markers. They actually have those. And then for the rest of Link's items we have the bow. The bow is a typical piece in a regular Knight's Kingdom set. I just painted this one silver to make it look a lot flashier. So I painted the tip, the handle, and the flinch silver just to make it look a lot better than it would if it was just brown. Oh, and the shield. The shield is also something that you're going to have to make sure that you're able to part with it, because you're going to have to take more paper or all-purpose label paper and glue it onto a shield like this one, and then you're able to draw the Triforce, the bird, and the outline of the shield onto the paper, and then I just glued it on there. Yeah, the glue is pretty good. I actually pasted it over the first shield that I had in the Legend of Zelda Lego video, so if you look at that one and look at this one, I think this one is slightly better since it's not as messy as the original. Now, the boomerang is one of the easiest pieces to make since it's only a one-piece bit, but it's also one of the hardest pieces at the same time because it's a very hard piece to find. Now, it's just a normal slanted Lego bit. It's a 3x1, but yet it's slanted at a 90-degree angle, so then it looks like a boomerang. You can paint it with any Sharpie markers if you want to. Now we have the hook shot, or the claw shot, as they would call it. The hook shot is made of two parts. It has the claw bit for grappling the items, and then it has the gun bit. This is a normal blaster part from an old Star Wars set, and then if you want to, you're able to attach a chain in between the grappling hook piece and the gun piece, and then you're able to make it look like it's shooting out. But I just didn't do that because it takes a lot of room and it's a little sloppy. For the bomb is a Lego head. This one happens to be gray, and then I took a lever piece and then I attached it on there to make it a fuse. And I found a red piece, a red Lego head, and when I'm animating, I'll use that to show when it's about ready to go off and explode. Now we have the hammer. The hammer is a bit complex. I took this Lego clip, and then I took a little square 1-bit piece, and then I took a silver stick and one of these little bits. So how to make this is, you take the stick, then you place it onto the part like that, then you take the black bit, or the square bit, then stick it in the front. Then I just did this because it looked cool and it looked like the Megaton hammer from Ocarina of Time. I took this bit and I stuck it right there, and it looks like the Megaton hammer from Ocarina of Time. Now we have the other items, the inventory items. We have the arrows. Oops, that came off with the cap. The arrows, this is your standard arrow, which is just a stick that's able to attach to the bases. And we also have the fire, ice, and light arrows. These are pretty much the same as the standard arrow, only I added some little Lego bits to them and made them into a fire, a red for fire, an ice arrow, that one's blue, and there's the yellow one for the light arrow. And then we have the Ocarina of Time, or the Ocarina. This is it's kind of a weird piece that I found, but it's a 5-sided bit if you count the bottom. It's a 5-sided bit I found in an old Knights Kingdom set. It's pretty hard to find, but it's pretty good for an ocarina, since if we put this on Link, it'll look like he's playing an ocarina. So that one works out pretty good for the ocarina. Then we have the bottles and the bottle items that you'll find in them. We have the standard empty bottle, we have a bottle of milk, a bottle of red potion, a bottle of green potion, a bottle of blue, lantern oil, and I'm not really sure what these two are yet, but I just decided to be creative and just put them in there. They are just translucent or colored bottles, and then they have a little round one piece Lego on there, and that's about all there is to them. Then I just stuck them on a base pad. And then you'll notice over here that there is a Young Link one. This one was made almost the same as the Adult Link one, only I used a different torso. I haven't glued a scabbard onto him yet because I'll still be using this torso. But this one has a different colored hair. It's a hair from Luke Skywalker from the old Star Wars sets. Then green clay, the same bit. And there's also the same face. But what's different here is I actually used some little person legs. So when you compare him to Adult Link, he's a lot shorter. And so he will be carrying a different shield than Adult Link and a different sword than Adult Link. This is a pirate sword, but it just seemed like a good sword for Young Link, since Young Link can use the Master Sword or Hylian Shield in Ocarina of Time. So, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Feel free to comment on this if you like, and check out my other videos. I'll see you later. I may review the next Legos I made, which are Smash Brothers. See ya!